Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the KOR universe. We are with Sir Abe Torres, who is a current member of the Supreme Council. And we are happy that he was able to accommodate our invitation for this post-election special of the Musings of the Knights of Rizal. So, Sir Abe, kamusta po?
Mabuti naman. Oo, at ako'y napapasalamat. Thank you for inviting me and giving me some time.
Sir, if we can go straight to the point, sir. Sir, how long have you been a member of the Supreme Council as a trustee?
I was elected during the term of Sir Trilliana in 2010. I think it's 2010 up to the present. So it's almost 11 years I'm in the Supreme Council. One of the longest Supreme Council member.
So, sir, a lot of the Knights would like to know how you got involved with the Knights of Rizal, sir. Can you tell us briefly how you got involved with the Knights of Rizal?
During that time, in 1974, I was invited by Sir Torres, and he is my Uncle Lolo during that time. And I'm still 23 years old during that time, and it was Justice Claudio Tihanki who initiated me to be a member. And I was initiated without any orientation. That's why I plan to have a handbook that's being prepared right now.
Very nice, sir. Sir, talking about the handbook and your Lolo uncle, as you said, your Lolo uncle, Justice Torres, also wrote a handbook, sir, right?
Yes, sir.
So, sir, is this by tradition that the Torreses will be writing the handbook, or is this by coincidence?
It's only by coincidence because when I became the chapter commander of TANSA, I prepared a short manual, and that short manual is being used in our chapter. And every time we have an orientation, that manual was being used by the members, and I give them a copy of this handbook, the manual, and then later on I still compiled more materials for the manual, and I also talked to my Uncle Lolo regarding this manual, and he told me that why not prepare a new one, and he gave me inspiration to still continue to prepare a handbook.
Sir, well, we might as well talk about the handbook. I see that you have a handbook behind you, sir. Can you describe to me? Oh, I thought that being in the United States or abroad, it'll take time until we can have a hand on the handbook after we order it from the international headquarters. Can you describe, sir, the handbook, the physical appearance of the handbook, the cover? Are there any commentaries on the preface? How many pages, stuff like that?
Yes, I will show you a sample of my our handbook, and this is the cover. It is the monument of Rizal is there, and there is the wine that Sir Trilliana has prepared a short explanation about this wine, and it can be shown inside. Okay, if you have the handbook, you will notice that still we included the preface of the first edition, and the first edition was prepared by Justice Torres, and then we have the second edition by Sir Lamberto Nangkil, and the third edition is mine. And then inside the handbook, there is the mission vision, because before we don't have any mission vision. And then there are also the history of the Knights of Rizal. Okay. It's a glossy paper. It's very good. Yeah, it's very nice. And also the pages here is up to 106 pages. We have 106 pages in this handbook. And if you get the copy, you will know everything about the Knights of Rizal. So sa handbook, we have included the charter of the Knights of Rizal, the bylaws, and the rituals. And also we have included the sample of the program para merong magbabasihan yung lahat ng magkakaroon ng mga programs na sa chartering.
So, sir, so all in all, sir, how long did it take you to prepare the handbook?
I prepared this already for, I think it's 3 years. For the past 3 years, it was being prepared. And only this time na-print ito with the help of Sir Trilliana. Kasi during that time, hindi ko naman plan na i-publish ito eh. And then I just show it to the Supreme Council during the term of Sir Jerry Singson. And he told me that it's okay for printing. And then, pero hindi nag-materialize during that time. And then, when our present Supreme Council officers, with the help of Sir Ibanez, he told me to approve it. Napapa-approbahan daw sa council, and then papa-approbahan din sa Council of Elders. And then napustahan ng Council of Elders itong handbook, and Sir Renato Puno instructed Sir Trilliana to help me improve para magkaroon daw ng mas magandang handbook ang Knights of Rizal, kasi maaaring matagal natin gagamitin itong handbook nito.
Now, sir, are there any illustrations on the handbook, or is it just aside from the cover? Are there any illustrations on the handbook, pictures?
Yes, there are pictures. The uniform, our usual uniform, and then that is the class A, and then the type B. Type A is our barong uniform, and then the type B is the one with no collar, the black suit. And then we have also the medals, the first degree, second degree. It is also there. Actually, wala namang kinalaman yung mga ano natin sa mga yung rank eh. But during the time of Sir Regis, ginawa namin policy that before you be a KGOR, at least you receive those 3 medals.
Okay, sir. So is that being followed, sir? You have to have, for the regular members, you have to have the 3 medals before you become a KGOR.
Yes, that's being followed right now.
Okay. So, sir, is this handbook useful enough that during rituals, it has the actual give and take, actual dialogue of the rituals that they can look through it and read it from the manual? That's very, yeah, that's very practical, sir. Kasi sometimes we have to carry our own folders with the dialogue, with the script. Having the script on the handbook is really very practical and very helpful, I think. So that was a good step on your part on helping us with the rituals. So, sir,
yes, by the way, no, for the rituals, we've improved some wordings in the rituals, especially doon sa ano na you are being as a, have you studied the teachings of Dr. Rizal? We've improved that kasi mga new members, they will be answering yes. Actually, hindi naman nila kilala si Dr. Rizal, right? And then what we did there is to add some more words. Have you studied and study further? the life and teachings of Dr. Jose Rizal. Yan ang dinagdag namin. And also, if you, I don't know if you know the Rizalian embrace. I also included the Rizalian embrace during, because yung mga bago ngayon, they don't know what is the Rizalian embrace.
So sir, in the handbook, sir, in Philippine pesos, magkano po do you sell it by bulk or by piece?
No, for every, ang ginawa ng Supreme Council is for every chapter, paid, active paid chapter, we will be given one free copy. And then the rest, if you want to get a copy, you will pay 250 pesos a copy.
So sir, are you taking orders now in the international headquarters, and how do those listening and watching those chapters, how do we order the handbook?
You may contact, okay, you may contact Miss Maureen Fernandez do sa ating headquarters for orders.
Sir, anything else that you want to add about your handbook, sir, before we move on to another topic?
Maybe what I need is to have secure a copy of this handbook. Kasi this is very important for every member, especially the new members. Even old members, no, yung mga new chapters, and if they have the handbook, nandito lahat explained ang mga ano natin, especially during meetings. Meron tayong question about the Knights of Rizal. Nandito lahat yan sa handbook na ito.
So sir, you moving on, you practically grew up in the Knights of Rizal from being 23 years old up to now. Sir, in those years, can you name me a very heartwarming experience in the Knights of Rizal in all those years, or anything that stuck you will like to relive as a member of the Knights of Rizal during those times when starting from 1974? Do you have anything like that, sir?
Yes, during that time, everybody can during election time, everybody can elect. No, all members can elect, and also there is no membership fee, only a chapter fee. And the chapter fee during the time, I think, is only 200 pesos or something like that. And then you can already join in the election. Kaya uso noon yung hakot system, di ba? Nagkaroon tayo ng problema during the elections because of this, what they call it, hakot. Sometimes they will be bringing 2 buses of members for election. Kaya nagkaroon ng problema doon mga time na yon. Kaya when we prepare this the bylaws, binago natin yan. Nagkaroon ng pagbabago ang mga procedure natin sa election.
Now, sir, you segued into the election, sir, and I guess that gives me the signal that it's okay to ask about the election, sir. Now, sir, the election of going back 2001, sir, and then the subsequent new bylaw in 2005 by Senator Joey Lina. It limited the term of the Supremo. Did that have anything to do with the split, the cause of the split in 2001?
Yes, that is one reason why there is only one term. Kasi during that time, every year there is an election, and then if you want to prolong your being a Supreme Commander, pwede kang ma-elect ka every year. Especially during the time of Sir Kimbao, every year siya na-elect as Supreme Commander. Kaya nung nakakaroon ng gusto maging Supreme Commander yung iba, they have no chance kasi you are the sitting chapter commander, you are the sitting Supreme Commander. Kaya ngayon, we are given 2 years without any re-election.
Now, for the regular members of the trustee, sir, I understand you can run up to 3 terms.
The new bylaws, because I am the one also a member of the revision of these new bylaws. Ako na mismo nag-suggest na let's make it only 3 terms for a trustee. Because I have been a member for almost 5 years. Five terms. Para
Well,
naman mabigyan natin ng pagkakataon yung iba.
now, sir, that is 3 consecutive terms
Yes, that's
maximum.
correct.
So in other words, just to split hairs here, you can run for 3 consecutive terms and then sit out the next election and then run again.
Yes,
Is
wala naman sa bylaws natin
wala-
yun eh.
Okay.
Wala
But
naman sa
3
bylaws natin.
3 consecutive terms, okay.
But I have also some rito na to improve more the bylaws. Kasi in our bylaws, wala yung order eh. And I still want to include the word order. Di ba yung nakalagay dito, the name of the organization is the Knights of Rizal. And I still want to include that it shall also be known as the Order of the Knights of Rizal.
Sir,
Kasi nakalagay lang sa minutes.
what happened to to the Caballeros de Rizal?
Nga eh, kasi hindi ro pwede natin there is only one name lang na pwede natin gamitin. But in Tagalog, pwede siguro natin gamitin yan, but still it is the Knights of Rizal.
Order of the Knights of Rizal.
Yes, yun ang gusto kong idagdag. Sana nga ngayong assembly, I want also to include that's like a referendum. Now pwede nating idagdag yung word na it shall also be known as the Order of the Knights of Rizal. Kasi wala na tayong time to include that eh. Maybe sa susunod na General Assembly we can include that.
Okay.
Resolution, di ba? As a form of a resolution, na itong ating in our bylaws, we can still include the term Order of the Knights of Rizal.
Sir, with that regard, some of our emblems, some of our medals still have the CR, Caballeros de Rizal, and is just to, while I have you here interviewing you, just to ease out the confusion, is it on the official one? Is there an official one? Is it KR or CR on the emblem on the medals? What is the correct letters, if there is any?
Okay. Matagal na namin pinababago to sa ating headquarters, no? It should be KR, hindi na yung CR. Hindi lang natin binabago pa, pero dito sa aking handbook, I have a new emblem na gusto kong may correct. Because in our bylaws, yung the logo, it should be a Sampangita Day. Sampangita. Pero yung ating nasa logo natin is laurel. Di ba? Laurel yung mapagmamasdan mo yung ano natin. Doon sa ating bylaws, Sampangita ang nakalagay na nakalagay doon sa bilog. Kaya dito sa handbook ko, ginawa ko yung bagong handbook na ito yung aking ano rito, na gusto ko mabago siya.
Apa.
Ayan.
Apa.
Saka yung ano, yung salakot. It is a salakot. Eh yung nakalagay doon parang helmet ng ano eh, di ba? It's like a helmet. Pero dapat yun salakot.
Sir, we're talking about this signage, sir. Do you know the history of this signage, sir? Who came up with the signage, with the emblem of the Knights of Rizal, just like what you're wearing, sir, and your T-shirt? Do you know what is the history of that by any chance, since you've been around a long time in the Knights of Rizal?
The emblem was prepared by Juan Nakpil. Also the one who prepared yung nag-design ng ating building, the KOR building, Juan Macfield. And he is also the one who prepared an emblem. And then itong emblem na to is every time na nagkakaroon ng pagbabago. Naging CR, naging KR, and then nagkaroon ng year, di ba? There is an emblem na merong nakasulat ng 1951. There is also another emblem na incorporated in 1911, I think during that time. And then now, it is an emblem na non omnis moriar ang nakalagay sa ilalim, no? And then still gusto ko rin pa rin i-correct iyon. Kaya ang nilagay ko dito, isinama ko dito sa handbook, but this is not yet approved by the members of the council. Kaya sabi ko, members of the Knights of Rizal.
Sir, let me ask you, you've been around the trustee position since 2010. It's 2021 now, so that's 11 years or 5, you were 5 terms. The position, sir, of Supremo, we've had Supremos who are politicians, businessmen, professor, educators, and such. In your mind, sir, in your experience, in those years, in those 5 terms, and probably you can include outside, what kind of profession would make a good Supreme Commander? In your thoughts?
I think ang best is a lawyer in the legal profession. Kasi mostly yung mga ano natin may mga legal na kailangan nating especially for mga contracts and also sa mga activities natin. Karaniwan ang kailangan natin educators is also okay.
Sir,
politicians, wala namang problema anybody can become a Supreme Commander.
Exactly. Now, sir, can you also give us an update on the new Knights of Rizal building sketch or design? How is that moving along? That plan to build a new Knights of Rizal building, is it dormant now? Was it shelved? Is it moving along slowly, or how? Can you give us an update on that, sir, if you can?
Yes. Kung dahil dito sa pandemic, actually meron na tayong prepared na contract diyan Kasi meron tayong contractor from Hong Kong to finance the building. Because of this pandemic, medyo na-shift yung ating pagpapagawa ng building. Gusto pa nga niya, more than 35 stories. Pwede nating ilagay niya sa building natin. Pero dahil nga sa pandemic, na wala yung yun. Kausap na ni Sir Elio Ibanez yung contractor and also the one to finance.
Wow, I know. That's very exciting, though, to know that although it's shelved because of the, I wouldn't say shelved, although there's a hiccup on the plans because of the pandemic. It's moving along. Yes. And it's in the future. Yes, sir. It's in the future. So that's very nice, very exciting news, actually. So, sir, if we can go to the election, sir, how would you assess the new way of electing, the virtual election, sir?
Actually, happy ako doon sa nangyaring virtual elections na to. Kasi we have hired what you call an expert in this kind of election, no, yung paggagawa ng ganyan. Hindi namin nakalain na magiging kasi naging problema na namin yan. How are we going to conduct this election? Because of this he's a Knights of Rizal, Jeffrey D. He's the one who prepared this election, this past election. Maganda ang naging result ng no questions asked.
The election, sir, you had to pay, and there were a lot of reactions not favorable to paying. But at the same time, you had, I don't know if it's a record number of voters, 12, almost 1,200 voters. Is that a good number, sir, in the election of all the Supreme Council trustee elections that you've been? Is 1,200 voters a good number? Is that the usual number anyway?
Yes, it's already a good number because before, when I was during our past elections, the electors are only up to 300, 400, only up to that point, you know. But now we have an almost, I think, 500, 600, and the turnover is 80% had voted.
Yes, sir. It's and you're right. It's very it's a beaming success, and we congratulate the outgoing for tapping into talents around you and really investigating how to properly do this, because I know it's in the Constitution, the electronic votation, but to put that into practical terms and to be able to nicely implement it like you guys did, it's not an easy feat. So, sir, do you think, sir, that this kind of election will be part of the KOR future?
Yes, maybe. Yeah, kaya nga, on the next election, kinokontak na nga ng our new elected Supreme Commander. Itong ano na next election, we will again hire this man para magkaroon tayo ng ganitong elections uli.
Sir Jeff.
Para mabigyan natin ng pagkakataon yung nasa abroad kasi not everybody can join kung physical ang ano natin dito eh.
You're talking about Sir Jeff D, sir?
Yes, Sir Jeffrey D.
Okay. Sir, so in that regard, with the tremendous number of voters and 80% of those paid voters voted, participated in these elections successfully. So really, it wasn't being able to pay, the need to pay to take part in the election really wasn't really a big deal.
Hindi naman tayo siningil ng mahal ng mga ano yan eh, kung ano raw yung actual na ano lang, kasi he is also a former kaparis. Naging kaparis pala siya during that time, and also a member of the Knights of Rizal. Kaya very minimal lang yung ating naging expense sa elections na to.
Do you think, sir, there were any surprises on your part in this election?
No, wala naman akong nakitang ano rito pagbabago. Kaya almost mas maganda nga yung naging result ng ating election during this time eh. Kasi marami nag-participate. There are I think 14 yung for the candidates. But before, kaunti lang yan. There are only 10 or 11, but now there are 16, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Candidates. Oh.
Now, sir, also I'd like to ask you about non-Philippine residents vying for the regular seats in the Supreme Council Trustee. What's your thoughts on that, sir? Having served, being the most senior Supreme Trustee, sir.
Before, it is a problem. Kapag ikaw from abroad, magiging problema natin yan kasi there is no, just like what we're doing right now, ngayon pwede na tayo mag-meeting even in Zoom, di ba? na pwede na silang umattend ng meeting. But before, kailangan physical eh. Nung araw kasi, tinatawagan pa namin if there is one from abroad para lang for a votation, for something, kailangan pantawagan siya. But now, during the meeting, pwede na sila via Zoom lang. Nakakaayos na tayo sa meeting natin.
That's right, sir. So, sir, in that case, sir, do we still need an overseas representative, sir? That position, if members of the regular Supreme Council trustees can come from abroad anyway? Would you think that position was made unimpressive or not needed because of this recent developments?
Since it's in our bylaws that we have one overseas representative, hindi natin siya pwedeng baguhin eh.
But in your mind, sir, do you still think that it's significant that we include that position now that we are able to invite overseas knights in the regular Supreme Council trustee?
Oh, pwede na siguro. Maybe we can already disregard these overseas eh, kasi they can also participate in the elections eh, di ba?
Now, sir, what is your favorite position, sir, in the trustees, sir?
I'm a chancellor for 2 years, 2 terms. Kaya I'm already in the chancellor. Kaya dito na ako na sa mga protocols. That's why our Supreme Commander-elect sabi niya sa akin, Sir Abe, you will be my protocol officer. Kaya sabi ko, hindi pa ako makakalis sa Knights of Rizal. Natutulungan ko pa sila sa kanilang bagong sistema.
Now, sir, can I ask you a personal question? Why didn't you run, sir, in this election? There's nothing in the bylaws that prohibits you from running in the outside being the Supremo. That's the one question. The other question is, why did you not want to be a Supremo? And you're very qualified.
Yeah, marami na sa akin nagsasabi sa akin kung bakit daw ako ayoko mag-Supremo, no? One thing is, hindi ko siguro kaya yung financial niyan eh. Wala ako doon sa rank na yun eh para makasunod sa natin. Even before, sabi nga ni Sir Regis, tutulungan kita, Sir Abe, mag-Supremo ka. Pero sabi ko, hindi na, sir. Let us give them to others. And also, kaya hindi na rin ako nag-run. I'm already 5 years na sa Tama, 5 terms na eh. Sabi ko, okay na sa akin yung But still, I'm still there, no? Tutulungan ko yung mga council natin para sa kanilang term.
Sir, how do you see your legacy in the Knights of Rizal? I mean, you've been there since you were 23 years old as a knight.
My biggest legacy is this one, the handbook. Na yung aking talaga, kaya nga nag-isip ako na ano ba ang aking maiiwanan sa Knights of Rizal. And this is one of my legacy, the handbook.
Sir, at this point, I'd like to thank you again for giving us this opportunity to share your excitement about your handbook and giving us ideas on how to get our hands on the handbook. Also, your thoughts about this election and your thoughts about the history of the Knights of Rizal briefly. This program, this time allotted is not enough really to get your whole experience, since 1974, as a member. But I'm sure there'll be a time when maybe you can write your memoir about being a member of the Knights of Rizal, being an officer, your legacy memoir, and that I'm sure that people will be interested in getting that. I have a title for it already, and the title would be "The One Who Got Away." Ibig sabihin, sir, you should have been Supreme Commander. So at this point, sir, if I could invite you to say your last words as we conclude this interview.
Okay. Unang-una, I want to thank you na at least na-invite mo ako dito sa yung YouTube channel na to. No? And also, I'm also promoting my handbook, that at least you get a copy kasi that is very important, especially to our new members. Also, para malaman ninyo more about even if you are an old member, marami pa kayo matututunan in this handbook. You read the handbook. Okay, thank you very much, Sir Alwin, and God bless.